Hi everyone, my name is Junaid Maya and welcome to Junaid's Guide to Unlocking Your Full Potential. Before I get into the introduction of what we're going to talk about going forward and topic areas, I'd like to put a little quote forward. What is the mind? A science of the mind is a goal which has engrossed thousands of generations of man. Armies, dynasties, and whole civilization have perished for the lack of it. Certain countries went to the dust for the want of it, and most of us swims in the blood for the need of it. And down in the arsenal is an atom bomb, its open nose full armed in ignorance of it. So the mind is a complex organ, and I must bring this to the forefront. How much of us are in past time? How much of us are in present time? And how much of us are in future time? I would hazard a guess and says out of 100%, 10% of it we're in present time. Most of the time is spent in past time. What does that look like? Well, past time, things happen in your past. Negative things. It could be pain, hurt, discomfort, unconsciousness. And over time, these things that happen have laid down time tracks. A moment in time, at a particular time when something happened that left some sort of dent, scar, hurt, pain, unconsciousness that's affecting us going forward. These things will always come back to hurt us going forward in the future. This leads to illness of the mind, psychosomatic illnesses. If you're always spending your time in past time reflecting on things which are negative and not in the current state of time, and experience the pain going through over and over, it must leave an effect on the mind and in turn leave an effect on the body. So we talk about the mind comprised of four parts: the conscious mind, the reactive mind, the analytical mind, and the subconscious mind. The conscious mind will account for anything current. The reactive mind will react to things that is triggered in the subconscious mind. The analytical mind analyzes data and information to make a concise, correct decision. However, the subconscious mind records everything in detail. It records the pain you feel, the smell in the air, the wind on your face, the leaf falling off the tree at the same time, the hurt you hit your hand, the smell of the eggs cooking next door, the ambulance going past, the airplane going overhead, the birds chirping, everything in detail. And sometime, some way in the future, as we go around our daily chores, something triggers that happened in the past and it's stored in our subconscious. The reactive mind react and the conscious mind perform that action. When the reactive mind reacts, it shuts down the analytical mind, so you cannot make true judgments. So this is blocked. And then the action is carried out with the conscious mind. So I like to share with you and bring a discussion forward how we can get rid of these time tracks that is in our past that affects our current state and affects our future. Now, a lot of us have goals. We set goals that we're trying to achieve. However, it's hard to achieve goals if you have things weighing you down, baggage that you're carrying. You cannot focus on things going forward. It must be difficult for individual. learning, studying, we find it difficult to learn. We find it difficult to study. Up on this point in my life, I was never taught how to study. And in the last year, I learned how to study. This is something we're not taught. So these are not aspects of the mind that put us at a disadvantage. We fail at things and then we say we can't do this, we can't do that. But subsequently, something that happened in our past is stopping us going forward. You get into a relationship, it breaks. You have children, they're uncontrollable. You don't know how to treat your wife. You don't know how to treat your parents. You don't know how to act with family members. Something is causing this trigger. But how can we get rid of this? How can we clear the mind of these time track that's left negativity in our past that are affecting us currently and affecting us going forward? This is the basis and topics which I like to bring forward and to discuss. Other topics, the goal of man. What is man's goal? What is man's purpose? How do we clear the mind of all this hurt, pain that we experience? So, we'd like to discuss things about the 4 dynamics. We'd like to discuss things about the 8 dynamics. We'd like to discuss things to do with mental illness, psychosomatic illnesses. And we'd like to discuss things of how we can use mode and means as therapy to help us to eradicate these things that's in our past, that's affecting our future, that's affecting our current state, that's affecting how we live our life, how we achieve our goals, why we fail, why we succeed. This is up for discussion. So again, this is Junaid's guide to unlocking your potential.